Story number 2 and why China should be worried. Xinjiang. Show no mercy. That was Xi Jinping's brief to his people. The target was the Uyghur Muslim population of Xinjiang province. We've been bringing you stories of these Uyghurs for months now, but nothing could be as damaging as this. More than 400 pages of the Communist Party's internal documents were leaked by a member of China's political establishment. What did these documents contain? Evidence of China's brutal crackdown. It began in 2014. A separatist attack took place in Xinjiang. 31 people were killed. President Xi Jinping told his officials to put Uyghurs in detention camps and show no mercy. The official slogan was this: round up everyone who should be rounded up. 5 years on, more than 1 million people have been rounded up. What happened to their families, their children? They returned from school and found the parents missing. Let me describe a typical scene to you. Question: where are my parents and relatives? Answer: they are in a training school set up by the government. This is what they told the children of Xinjiang. Your parents are not criminals, but they cannot leave school. If this sounds bad, let me tell you it gets worse. China threatened these students. Your behavior could either shorten or extend the detention of your relatives. This was their line. Imagine doing this to children, the kind of guilt it brings. So what did Beijing expect from these children, these students? They should support the detention, support the arrest of their own parents and their relatives because it is, quote unquote, for their good and the students is good. The Chinese state was not done with this. They feared protest from these students. So police in plain clothes snooped on them and stressed the rules. Besides, China told the students that there was absolutely no need to worry. If the students kept silent, they were rewarded with free education and food. If they wanted to meet their parents, they would be allowed through a video conference. Good behavior will get the students and the family points. Accumulate enough points and the relatives may leave these schools. This is how China operated. It's been 5 years now. I'm lost for words here. This sounds like the modern day version of concentration camps. What crime did these Uyghurs commit, you may ask? China has an answer for that too. It's just that their thinking was infected by unhealthy thoughts. I'm not making this up. This is the official reason. Thinking was infected. This is China, the same country that wants human rights to be protected in Kashmir. But no, human rights have no meaning in Hong Kong or in Xinjiang. China says that Uyghurs will achieve freedom only after this virus in their thinking is eradicated. When some authorities had a semblance of a heart and did not target the Uyghurs, they were sacked. These people were booked on trumped-up charges. China truly did not show mercy. Out of the 403 pages that have come out in this report, 96 were internal speeches of Xi Jinping. His thought, how he wanted to deal with this. 103 pages from other top-ranking officials of the Communist Party, 161 pages of directives and reports on surveillance and control of the Uyghur population, and 44 pages of internal investigations into officers who did not target Uyghurs. What does this say about China? And what does China say about this report? It says New York Times is sensationalizing their internal documents.
The New York Times is not only ignoring the facts I've mentioned, but they are also sensationalizing these internal documents by using poor tactics like taking them out of context and grafting them onto another to undermine and tarnish China's efforts on anti-terrorism and depolarization in Xinjiang. I question their intention.
China talks about human rights across the world, from Venezuela to West Asia, from Bolivia to Syria, from Turkey to Kashmir, but it puts its own people in prisons to clean them of the virus of religion, as they put it. India must speak openly about China's human rights abuses in Xinjiang and Hong Kong. It's not ethically or morally correct for the world's largest democracy to watch a horror unfold silently. This is the same China that preaches rights to India. Shouldn't India and other countries of the world speak up now? What are they waiting for? Besides, we have a message to Erdogan. Uyghurs are of Turkish descent. They view parts of Xinjiang as East Turkestan. That's their only problem. Isn't it a hypocrisy from Erdogan's part to not talk about people of Turkish nationality who are being harassed in detention camps in China? Or does he not know that Uighurs exist? There is another leader who said he doesn't know enough about the problem, the Prime Minister of Pakistan. If anything, the documents show that China is running a genocidal campaign against ethnic minorities in Xinjiang under the garb of communism with Chinese characteristics, as they put it. The Xi Jinping government is forcing people out of their faiths. This is racism. The world made a mistake of turning a blind eye to the Tiananmen Square massacre. The world made the mistake of not standing up to the oppression in the name of cultural revolution in China. But we live in a different era today, different times. Silence will now come back to haunt the conscience of everyone, India and the whole world. And I've left out China from this list because the Xi Jinping administration does not seem to have a lot of that precious commodity, conscience.